Hi everyone, it's Agnes and I've got a viewer's question about being in lockdown and neighbours. So the question goes like this. It's from Ailey. Ailey, since we are in lockdown, Agnes, I'm sure someone has the same question. There is a house 2 doors down from mine who are ignoring lockdown and social distancing and are currently holding a party with loud music. They are loud during the day too at the moment, so even being out enjoying the nice weather is tricky. I take headphones. I know I've manifested this, though I'm not sure what thought has caused it. I've told myself that I choose my reality and I've decided I am at peace. I am peace and they are gone. I have peace and quiet. It's hard to live in the state and stay in it when they're being loud since last night. Any tips would be appreciated, greatly appreciated. How can I stay in the state and what can I internally do to change this? Oh boy. Look, I just went through this myself in London, Ailey, so it's interesting you're talking about this. When I first moved into this apartment, the people that were living opposite me, it was a husband and wife, and they would argue, and it sounded like it was getting really aggressive and maybe even violent. So, and then sometimes one of them, I think it would have been the woman, would come and knock on the door at 1 o'clock in the morning, obviously trying to get some help. Now, I made a decision I did not want to get involved because of him and my own safety. So I did not answer the door and decided to stay out of it. But it was these arguments that were quite loud, and I was trying to work from home, and sometimes I'd be working late in the evening. And so yes, it was affecting me like this is affecting you. Unfortunately, what I did was I focused on it, kept getting angry and annoyed, trying to do Ho'oponopono to dissolve it, and those people moved out and the second person moved in. A woman with 2 children who were undisciplined and incredibly loud, running up and down the hallways, rather than taking them out into the huge backyard that we had as part of the apartments. She would just open the front door and let them run up and down the hallway. And I was, again, working from home and finding it incredibly distracting. Now, I love children and I love for them to be free, but that they run up and down the hall screaming and your door is right there, it made me angry. So again, I attracted the same thing a second time. A year later, kept doing the Ho'oponopono, focusing on living in the end of what you're saying, I am peace, I am peace, I am peace. And I ended up, she left, and then the third person came in, and that person was the worst of all. That person was up and down all night, letting people in, talking loud in the hallway at 4 o'clock in the morning, waking me up, slamming doors all the time off the hinges every time she'd come in or out, and loud music, a TV so loud you could hear it through the 2 doors, hers and mine. And so by this time I was beside myself thinking, this has been 2.5 years of this. I have got to get my act together so I don't attract a fourth one. So what I did was, Ailey, sorry, not Aaliyah. I read your name wrong. Apologies, darling. Ailey, what I did was I kept imagining seeing the front door open and that I saw somebody cleaning. So that meant that person was gone. And then I kept affirming, I don't even know who my neighbours are. They're so quiet. Like the other 2 neighbours. There's 4 doors down one end of the hall of where we all are. And the other 2 neighbours are quiet. One, my partner and I, we actually say hi to him when we see him. And, we just have the whole 3 of us, it just works. It's just this one place always ends up with something. And I thought, I know I have to change my vibe. So I kept doing that. Every time I would feel this anger because I thought this has been going on for a couple of years. I'm getting hostile. And I feel for you because I know how tough it is when you're at home just trying to enjoy your own place and your own peace. And you got other people cutting into your silence, or if it's during the day, you kind of go, okay, it's during the day, I'll put up with it. But when it gets to your downtime, your nighttime, you're going into sleep time, yeah, it can really push your buttons. So I love how quiet my neighbors are. I don't even hear them. I love living here. There's so much peace. And just get into that feeling of relief. Very hard to do when the party's going on. I would probably just try and do it when you are in a moment of peace. Milk it, enjoy it, feel it. Okay? I actually got an email from the management of my building saying the person that many of you were having issues with is now leaving within 2 weeks, and that was about 2 weeks ago. So when I am allowed to travel and get back there, I'm going to enjoy the peace of my new neighbours because I am affirming it. It's a little bit easier because I'm actually in Sydney and I'm away from it for the moment. So it is easier when you can take a break, but that's not possible when you're in isolation. So you're going to have to try and go with it and keep affirming, I am peace, I am peace, I am peace, I am peace. I love the quiet, I love the silence, I love, 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 and keep trying to do it that way. Okay? I just saw your email, you sent it to me a couple of weeks ago, and I just thought, yeah, I can definitely relate to this one from experience and recent experience, so I thought I would answer it for you. Lots of love, A. Lee, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next YouTube, and I'll put the viewers' questions playlist down below for those of you that want to hear and revisit those on all sorts of different subjects.